I think this hunt is a reflection of really my family and what's at the core of who we are. I don't care if it's hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, you name it. When our family gets together to do something, there's gonna be some outdoors involved. Well, this is a hunt I've been looking forward to for a long time. My brother Jason is here, and the idea was his oldest daughter, Jordyn, my niece, her and I would come to Alaska for a spring bear hunt. It was supposed to happen in 2020, but we all know that 2020 was a really messed up year with COVID and everything else. Alaska shut down its hunting to non-residents. Kudos to Alaska Game and Fish. They contacted us and said, hey, we would roll you forward to 2022 if you wanted to do that. A lot has happened since then. Jordyn graduated from college. She just wrapped up her first year of teaching, and she had one day off between when she got done and when she had to pack and head for this hunt. She's a rather accomplished hunter in her own right. She hunts seriously. She would get home from high school, go out in her deer stand, and her and Sydney, her next in line, and Callie, the next in line, I'd get text messages with pictures of them dragging out their deer. It's so normal for me to see women hunting. And I was really thankful when Jordyn said, yeah, I'll be on the show. Are these too big?
Oh, I think I can get them. I'll go.
Well, off I go. I'm jumping in this Cessna, going way southwest to pick up the boat, and then I'm gonna run that 25 miles up to where Jason, Jordyn, and Jace are going out on a beaver. I was 13 years old, I think I was. Came up here. My grandfather lived up in Haines, Alaska. Him and my grandmother and 3 of my uncles. And he was a halibut longliner.
All right.
Thanks, appreciate it, Doug. Take care.
Yeah.
I got the chance to come up and work on the boat that summer. I couldn't have found anything that was more appealing to me and who I was as a kid than to come and spend 3 months working on a commercial fishing boat in Alaska. And I know this sounds weird to say, I just thought that's what kids would do in their summers. I can't tell you how many of these little areas and bays and islands that I got to explore at a really young age. Well, this is the spot we'd agreed upon. We're at the lowest of low tides right now, so looks like right up here, a dead tree is our mark.
Excited to see some bears.
I'm really excited. We've heard a lot of people from the community say they've been seeing a lot of bears and getting some bears, so hopefully we will do the same and they're staying out. And yeah, I'm really excited. Hopefully I get a nice big one, but we'll see how it goes. No. First time.
Wow. I would not have faulted her at all if she said, hey, Randy, I don't care to be someplace as remote as some island out in Alaska. But she's a pretty adventurous person. She's a very strong person. She's like, no, I want to go. Let's go. Let's go find some bears. This is my favorite spot of all the places I go hunting, Jord. This is my favorite.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, it'd probably be my favorite too.
It just is so different. It's like no place else I go. Here we are.
Here we are.
Well, we can't hunt today, but we may as well go explore a little bit. So that's what we're doing. I want to show people what a unique landscape this is. You look around and you're just in awe. We've been out here many times and you will never see another hunter. You don't hardly even see any fishermen. It really is a place where you can go and get wild. George, I said I'm not gonna let you shoot the first bear you see. Mm-hmm. Take that back. That was a really nice bear. If we don't fill a bear tag, it's not gonna mean one bit of difference to me, but it really would like for Jordyn to fill hers. That's the goal. Get Jordyn in that shooting situation where she's gonna be able to make a really good shot. Hopefully we'll end up in that situation where Mr. Bear cooperates. And if he does, I know Jordyn is gonna get the job done.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a roar and fire.
I just came out here like 5
there
minutes
is.
ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh, would you look at that, huh?
That's a bear. There we go.
You can shoot him today, Jordyn. All right, let's get any clothes that can't be wet because you'll get a lot of spray and stuff from the boat. So if those get wet, they're gonna be of no value. The snow starts melting up here and the bears come out pretty early because the first places to green up are the beaches. They're the warmest places, they are the most open, so they catch the most sun. Well, a lot of people will come up in early May because they're like, oh, I want to get the first crack at them. I like to come in June, actually. It's also when the breeding season is starting to get serious. And so the bigger boars are on the beaches, cruising, looking for sows. He's down on the sand.
Yeah. He's right by that clump of trees, right?
He was moving left pretty fast. Yeah, did he dodge into those trees, Jordyn?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. There's another bear. That next big point down there, he's that island blocking it. I don't know how we're gonna negotiate that. I'm just looking at this big mess of shoals. There's no way we're gonna be able to get in there. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna be able to get to this one, dang it. Well, we've seen 2 bears on this beach right here, but it's nothing but shoal. You can't get into where that one's at. We're gonna go up and see. We saw one of them go into the brush up here. Further, we're gonna go see if we can relocate him. So we had to go make a great big loop around some shoals and some reefs and find a little channel to get into the beach. This was the handy part about having Jason here is he could drop us off, he could back the boat out and just sit out there. And we didn't have to worry about the boat getting stranded. Let's go up here. He should be about 300 yards up here. As he's coming our way, he might be closer, but I'm guessing about 300 yards. One of the things that you find out real quickly is if the wind is blowing this direction or this direction, when it comes into these little coves, it kind of makes a little eddy. You don't want to get too far in there because a bear's over on this side and you're on this side and there's a little cove here. This eddy will bring your scent back to him. and then he turns and goes even further away. Well, at that point, you really got to push your luck. And so we went around the corner and started into that bay, staying next to the trees. He just walks up on this log right up next to the alders and boom, out of sight. I'm gonna sound like a wounded digger. Okay. See if he'll come out and look. Okay. Because we went in us 210 yards. So I called for quite a while and got no response. Rats. But I just don't want to spook him because he's a boar. He's not rubbed and he's a big one. I don't want to spook him out of here. And the odds are this is his stretch of beach.
I mean, if he's roaming this beach, he'll have to come out another time.
He'll be out again.
I'll make us work for it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be that easy.
Right.
You don't want to shoot one on your first stalk.
No.
You'd be spoiled.
Right, we don't want to do that.
All your students at school would say, well, anybody could do that.
Right, they think it's too easy.
You always put a U in that hole. You see how there's a leak there? Because if there's bad, like Giardia water on the outside, it's not gonna run down your hose, it's gonna run right here and dribble off. Oh, look at that. So you've got a sea otter head right there. I would bet any money that's a sea otter head. Yeah. Then we come back way to this back bay right towards the end of daylight. Here's a bear at high tide way at this creek mouth. Dang it. Told you there'd be one back there because the wind's blowing in there. This will be a mackerel if we get in on this one. The wind
He just went in the trees.
1,008 yards away and he already smelled it. Let's see if he's gonna come back out. I doubt it. At least not if he, oh no, here he's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah? What's the game plan?
See where that point is right there? Or back in here? The only hope would be is if the wind is coming this way instead of that way.
He must have smelled us right away.
What's that? You know, the first day you end up with, I'd say, 1.5 stalks. And we're just kind of getting started. I'm like, all right, this will be all right. I can take my hood off now. The gnats aren't going to get me out here.
You got what's by your eye? Your left.
I got one right here.
Your left eye is all red and swelled up.
Probably from a gnat. This hunt is a reflection or a microcosm of my family and how our relationships are built. It's not, oh, let's all pack up and go to, some exotic place. It's hey, let's go fishing, or let's go camping, or let's stay at the cabin, or whatever it might be. And that's what we're doing here.
You know, I think we gotta start thinking like bears.
I've been thinking like a bear.
Maybe I need to start thinking.
There you go. I'm putting it on you, Jordyn.
The rock kind of in the way. I think that's a bear. There's like some shelf rock and it's right behind there.
Where are you looking?
He's right behind that rock.
I think you're seeing things.
I'm not. I saw him.
Oh, I see him.
He's behind that rock.
That's the smallest bear we've seen on this trip, and I would say one of the smallest bears I've ever seen.
Well, that's a bear for the day anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one right over here.
Is that on a cub? See the cub
Oh,
there?
yeah. That's cute. That's a big mama bear.
Says 8. We see 2 more bears. One is a really nice bear.
He's moving. Yep. He's still going around.
Like, well, let's try to get a better look at him. And while we're out there, the wind is just tossing us. And we look over to the east, and this weather that's coming our way is torrential. We don't need that kind of weather, but we're gonna get that kind of weather, I'm afraid. And I look at Jason, I'm like, I think we should head to shore. And he's like, yeah, that's what I've been telling you. Well, we just decided to outrun this big storm we could see coming. And it's a good thing we got here when we did. And the rain just let it go for, I don't know how long, till we went to bed for sure. We wake up and it's flat calm.
All right, let me reel the boat in here.
I got breakfast to
We're
go
going.
this morning.
We're gonna load up over here, I think, aren't we?
Since the tide is higher and we don't see any bears over there, we may as well go look in here, huh?
Quick, yeah.
This is the Sensuous Bay, Jordyn. This is Sensuous Bay. Since you was this close, we may as well go look. We go putzing around all these places near our camp. Don't see anything, It's starting to clear off. It's getting beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Jason suggested that we go to these bays further to the south again, and we do that. We check this one great big bay, nothing. Go down into this other great big bay, nothing. And so we start coming back, and Jace, the camera guy, he looks in this cove, he's like, hey, I see a bear there. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a boar, based on the fact that it's cruising. I don't know how we would do this. just a huge tide flat. We got an outgoing tide. We'd have to get downwind. And it's, when the tide goes out, we're stuck in here for 13 hours. This bay has a huge tide flat at low tide. I mean, if we went in there at high tide, the water would be 8 feet deep for the last 300 or 400 yards. Well, at low tide, it's high and dry for 400 yards. And so he kind of made the decision for us because while we're sitting there checking the depth, he didn't mess around for very long. He's in the trees.
Well, we saw one. It's always fun seeing them.
So I told Jason, I said, well, here's what I'd like to do. We'll go beach the boat up on the lee side of this bay. And as this tide goes out, if that bear comes out, we'll have an exposed tide. We can just boogie over there. It'll only be a mile or so. We'll go make a stalk on him. One thing you learn, and I've done this when I first started hunting up here, is sometimes you go and anchor the boat in shallow water out there. And if that stalk doesn't work out and the tide goes out and your boat's out there 200 yards in the mud, you've just committed the better part of your day to that stalk. So we sat there for, I don't know, 2 hours to get to low tide, no bear. Finally, I think when it was all said and done, we're like 6 or 7 hours in this bay. The bear doesn't come out, the tide is now switched, we're getting an incoming tide. You mad at me for not bringing fishing rods, Jord?
Yep.
Jace?
Mm-hmm.
You could have had a good
I
dinner.
can't believe I came up here for 5-6 days in Alaska and never wet a line.
We're supposed to be plowing up and down the beaches looking for bears. Yeah.
Jordyn, how many fish we could have caught right now if Randy would have let us bring fishing rods?
Oh, we
no.
could have had our limit
We're
5
just-
times over.
We're just bear hunting. There ain't no time for fishing.
The wind is just progressively getting worse and worse and worse. Let's go out in the big bay. Let's see if we can make any progress. So we come around the point, and instantly I can tell what this is going to be. We are taking on a lot of water. I tell you what, if it's this windy tomorrow, I ain't getting to the boat retrieval. It just is kind of how this hunt started going downhill from a great day one to trying to figure out how in the heck would I go after a bear if I saw him over in that bay where the wind is blowing into. Not the weather we expected on the last day, Jord.
It was not.
Blame the weatherman.
Right, weatherman, you got us, man. You got us.
No, and I didn't bring a fishing rod, so I'm low on the uncle list now, and the brother list. Fortunately, he only has one brother, so I'm at both the top and the bottom all the time. I mean, Alaska black bear. I've come up here, I don't know how many times. We've always filled some tags. Not this time.
We need to pick up some brownie points.
Really? What
I
am
think another hunt would do the trick.
Elk.
Okay. So
Elk?
maybe we'll have better luck with that.
All right. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
It's been one of the best bear hunts I've had. We got to spend a week together.
We did.
Yeah, even with your dad. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Yeah. It's my fault. And the older I get, the more experienced I get, the easier it is for me to trace back to where were the decisions, where if I would have veered this way instead of that way, the outcome probably could have been different. And there's no doubt on this hunt, the decision to go to a new place I've never been to, have to learn all the new spots of where you can beach the boat when you go in on a stalk, learn what the tides are doing, learn where all the reefs are, Learn where all the creeks come in and have those nice green stretches that the bears love. It's like, why did I do that when I knew I had to shorten it to a 4-day hunt? Sorry we had to leave in such a big hurry, but I wanted to
That was better than getting stuck there, so. No. Not saying I didn't want more time with you.
No,
Week was enough.
The lesson to me is reminding me again and again how much I value this time with my family and friends, the people I love, these people who mean so much to me. You got your biscuits and gravy, we got some Big Hank coffee. The rain stopped. Jason's got his black John Deere cap on. We can all hope for the big buck, the big bull, or the old boar, or whatever mythical critter might enter our dreams. Yet the real treasure of any hunt is the time spent together, exploring new landscapes, and in this case, sharing my love for a place that means so much to me. And in that process, another adventure serves to strengthen the bonds that have built our family. Jordyn, Jason, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this trip as much as I did. I love you guys.